Welcome to Module 4, where we're going to explore government and social service programs that can help you get a car. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Government programs are complicated, have long waiting lists, and are hard to navigate. And while sometimes that is true, there are also programs that are specifically designed to help people like you get transportation so you can get to work, access healthcare, and take care of your family. The key thing to understand about government programs is that they often have the most stable funding and the most predictable processes. While a church might run out of donated cars, government programs typically have annual budgets dedicated to transportation assistance. What's also important is that many of these programs are designed to work together with other assistance you might already be receiving. If you're getting SNAP benefits or housing assistance or other social services, that might actually make you more eligible for transportation help, not less. So let's dive into the programs that exist at federal, state, and local levels to help you get wheels under you. State and local government programs. Department of Social Services programs. Let's start with your state's Department of Social Services, which might be called the Department of Human Services or Department of Health and Human Services, depending on where you live. These departments often have transportation assistance that most people don't know about. TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. Temporary Assistance for Needy Families is probably the most well-known program, but what many people don't realize is that TANF funds can be used for transportation assistance, including help buying a car. The specific rules vary by state, but many states will help with car down payments, repairs, or even full vehicle purchases if you can show that having a car will help you maintain employment. To access TANF transportation assistance, you typically need to be receiving TANF benefits and working with a case manager on your self-sufficiency plan. The key is to specifically ask your case manager about transportation assistance. Don't assume they'll bring it up automatically. Some states also have separate transportation assistance programs for low-income families that aren't tied to TANF. These might be called transportation to work programs or mobility assistance programs. Contact your local Department of Social Services and ask specifically about all transportation assistance programs available in your area. Workforce Development Programs. WIOA, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, provides funding for job training and employment services, and transportation is often included as a supportive service. This is a federal program administered locally, so every area has WIOA funding available. Here's what's great about WIOA transportation assistance. It's designed specifically to help people get and keep jobs. So if you can show that lack of transportation is keeping you from working or advancing in your career, WIOA programs are very motivated to help you. Contact your local Workforce Development Board or American Job Center. These go by different names in different areas. They might be called career centers or one-stop centers or job centers. Tell them you need transportation assistance to maintain employment or accept a job offer. WIOA can help with car down payments, repairs, gas vouchers, or even full vehicle purchases in some cases. They can also help with driver's license fees, car insurance, and registration costs. The key is showing how transportation assistance connects directly to your employment goals. Some areas also have specific Wheels to Work programs funded through workforce development money. These programs are designed exactly for your situation, helping people get cars so they can get to work. Rural Development Programs. If you live in a rural area, you have access to USDA rural development programs that urban residents don't. The USDA recognizes that transportation challenges are even more severe in rural areas where public transportation doesn't exist and distances are greater. Contact your state's USDA Rural Development Office and ask about transportation assistance programs. Some states have specific programs for rural residents to purchase vehicles, and the eligibility requirements are often more flexible than urban programs. Rural development also partners with local organizations to provide transportation services and assistance. They might not have cars to give away directly, but they often know which local organizations do and can help you get connected to them. Housing Authority Programs. This might surprise you, but many local housing authorities have transportation assistance programs. The reasoning is simple. If you live in public housing or use housing vouchers, you often end up in areas with limited public transportation, so you need a car to access jobs and services. Contact your local housing authority even if you're not currently receiving housing assistance. Many of their transportation programs are available to income-qualified residents regardless of whether they live in public housing. Some housing authorities have partnerships with local car dealers or nonprofits to provide discounted vehicles to residents. Others offer down payment assistance or car repair funds. These programs vary widely by location but are worth investigating. Veteran-specific programs. DAV transportation programs. If you're a veteran, you often have access to transportation assistance programs that civilians don't. Disabled American Veterans, DAV, operates transportation services in most areas, and while they're primarily known for providing rides to VA medical appointments, many chapters also have car assistance programs. Contact your local DAV chapter and ask about vehicle donation or assistance programs. Some chapters have donated vehicles available for veterans in need, while others can help with car repairs or down payment assistance. The eligibility requirements for DAV programs are typically less strict than VA programs. You usually just need to show veteran status and financial need. You don't necessarily need to have a service-connected disability. VFW and American Legion programs. Local VFW posts and American Legion chapters often have community outreach programs that include transportation assistance. These are usually funded through local fundraising and membership dues, so the programs vary significantly by location. The advantage of VFW and American Legion programs is that they're run by veterans who understand the challenges you're facing. They often have more flexibility than larger organizations and can sometimes move more quickly when they decide to help someone. Visit your local post and ask to speak with someone involved in their community service or outreach programs. Even if they don't currently have car assistance, they may be willing to help you fundraise for a vehicle or connect you with other veterans who have resources to share. Don't overlook smaller veteran organizations too. Groups like Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary, Marine Corps League, or disabled veteran chapters sometimes have assistance programs that aren't widely advertised. Federal and specialized programs. Community action agencies. Community action agencies exist in every state and are federally funded to help low-income families achieve self-sufficiency. Transportation is often a major focus because they understand it's essential for employment, healthcare, and education. Search online for Your State Community Action Agency Transportation or Your County Community Action Agency. These organizations often have car repair programs, down payment assistance, or partnerships with local car donation programs. What's great about community action agencies is that they take a comprehensive approach to helping families. If they help you with transportation, they might also connect you with job training, financial counseling, childcare assistance, or other services that support long-term stability. The application process just typically involves meeting with a case manager who will assess your overall situation and needs. Come prepared to explain how transportation fits into your broader goals for self-sufficiency. Specialized federal programs. There are several federal programs that provide transportation assistance to specific populations. If you're a refugee or an immigrant, resettlement agencies often have transportation assistance programs funded by federal grants. If you have disabilities, vocational rehabilitation services in every state can help with transportation needed for employment or training. Contact your state's Division of Vocational Rehabilitation and ask about transportation assistance. The Department of Health and Human Services funds various transportation programs through state and local agencies. These might be tied to healthcare access, employment services, or family support programs. The key with federal programs is that they're administered locally, so you need to contact agencies in your area to find out what's available. Federal funding exists, but each state and locality implements programs differently. Application strategies for government programs. Documentation requirements. Government programs typically have more documentation requirements than church or nonprofit programs, but they also have clearer guidelines about what's needed. This can actually work in your favor because you know exactly what to provide. Most programs will want recent pay stubs or proof of unemployment benefits, tax returns or tax transcripts, proof of residence, social security cards for all family members, and bank statements. Some programs also require proof of job offers or employment verification. The key is to gather all this documentation before you start applying, not after. Having everything ready will speed up your application significantly and show caseworkers that you're organized and serious. Working with caseworkers. Government programs almost always assign you a caseworker or case manager, and building a good relationship with this person is crucial for your success. Your caseworker is your advocate within the system, and they often have discretion about how programs are applied. Be honest with your caseworker about your situation, your needs, and your goals. Don't try to hide information or tell them what you think they want to hear. They've heard every story, and they're more likely to help you if they trust you. Come to meetings prepared with questions and clear requests. Instead of just saying, I need help with transportation, say, I need help with transportation so I can accept this job offer or so I can get to my medical appointments. Follow up regularly but respectfully. Government caseworkers typically have large caseloads, so staying in touch helps ensure your case doesn't get forgotten. Send polite emails or make brief phone calls to check on the status of your applications. But most importantly, treat your caseworker as a partner in solving your transportation challenges, not as someone you need to convince or manipulate. They want to help people succeed, and they have the tools available if you work with them effectively. Wrap up. Government and social service programs offer some of the most stable and comprehensive transportation assistance available. While the application processes might be more complex, these programs often have larger budgets and more predictable availability than private charities. But here's what you need to do after this module. First, contact your local Department of Social Services and ask specifically about all transportation assistance programs available in your area. Don't assume they'll tell you about every program automatically. Ask direct questions about different types of help. Second, if you're eligible for workforce development services, contact your local American Job Center or workforce board immediately. These programs are specifically designed to help people overcome barriers to employment, and transportation is a major focus. Third, if you're a veteran, contact your local DAV, VFW, or American Legion chapter and ask about transportation assistance programs. Even if they don't have current programs, they might be able to help you network with other veterans who have resources. Fourth, start gathering your documentation. Government programs will move faster when you have all your paperwork ready, and having everything organized will help you with all your applications, not just government ones. Remember, these programs exist because society recognizes that transportation is essential for economic mobility and family stability. You're not asking for luxury, you're accessing services designed to help people build better lives. In Module 5, we're going to explore nonprofit organizations and foundations that provide car assistance. These programs often combine the resources of larger organizations with the flexibility of smaller ones, and they can be excellent opportunities for getting comprehensive help. So keep building your list of opportunities, keep gathering your documentation, and remember that every successful person in these programs had to navigate the same processes you're working through right now.